she's in a box again. She's fast asleep. She doesn't seem to make much of an appearance on the desk recently, so I'm just filming her because I know some of you do like her and are missing her. I'm just going to go and grab a cup of coffee. Oh look, she's awake now. I'm just going to go and grab a cup of coffee and then show you something before we do some crafting. Hello, I thought I'd come on for a little catch up before we do a bit of crafting together. I've got quite a lot of cards I want to send out in the next week or so. So I'm looking for a quick, easy idea for batch making some cards, and I think I've found something courtesy of Jane, Crafting Shed Davies. So I want to give that a go, and I thought we'd perhaps do it together. But before we do, I've got a cup of coffee. I've just filmed a video actually that went up yesterday. This is confusing because it's Saturday, but you're going to see this on Sunday. So you might have seen me yesterday. This is me still yesterday, but it's today. Does that make any sense? Anyway, on Saturday, yesterday, I received a package in the post. It's quite a weighty little package, and I know who it's from because it's got the address on their address, name and address on the back. And they emailed me and said they'd like to send me a little something. I think this is more than a little something, judging by the weight of it. And yes, it arrived today. So let's have a look and see. Oh, it's from the lovely Andrea Turner. So let's have a look and see what we've got in here. I'm beyond excited. I can't believe it. Oh, look at that. I adore chocolate. That's very, very appreciated. Oh, I've got a lovely pearly pen that twizzles like that. And a lovely notebook, like it's marble effect. Isn't that lovely? I'm always, oh, it's like I could keep my positivity journal in here. That's a nice idea, isn't it? Positivity journal. Just make sure there's nothing else inside. Oh, there is. It's a card. Let's have a look. Should have opened the card first. It's rude, isn't it? That was well there. And I've got a jiffy bag and some bubble wrap to use in other things. Look at that lovely little gorgeous purple butterfly. Ah. Oh, that's rather gorgeous. Look at that. She's got a stamp with handmade by Andrea on it. Andrea, I want to know where you got this from because, oh, there's something else. Because I want a Paper&Twine one. I haven't quite decided on my logo though. Something's just fallen out on the floor. Hold on. Oh, it's an ATC. And it says sparkle. So some kind of lovely inky background on there. Looks like a little bit of cosmic shimmer. And there's a die cut dandelion head or some kind of plant. And it looks like Andrea has highlighted the little fairy bits, as I call them, with a little bit of white pen. And then the word sparkle. She's got the most beautiful, beautiful handwriting. Look at that. Trying to cover everything up so you can't see. Hold on. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous handwriting? And I've got her email. I mean, I've got that anyway because she's emailed me. I think we got to know each other because she bought something on my Etsy store to start with. ATC name Sparkle for Ashley. That's lovely. And I've got her address. Her address was on the envelope anyway, so I've made a note of that. And she signed it in white pen, AT. And then look, there's the card. I'm guessing that's oxide ink with water splatters. and a die cut sparkly butterfly. Let's have a look and see what it says. Oh, dear Ashley, I just wanted to send you a little something to say thank you for giving me the inspiration to start card crafting. I bet your husband will be glad. If you get an obsession like mine, you'll need a whole room to yourself. It has opened up a whole new world for me, although buying and sourcing the tools and supplies feels like a whole separate and enjoyable hobby in itself. Yes, it is. While I'm giggling, actually, I must just tell you about Crafty Batty. She emailed me and said she didn't think she'd, or no, she messaged me on one of the YouTube comments and said she didn't think she'd spelt my name right. So I went and had a look at the card again this morning, and she'd put Dear Ashtray instead of Ashley, which made me laugh because I used to get called all sorts of things, you know, with a name like Ashley. So that really made me giggle. Anyway, she's written in purple pen with this gorgeous handwriting. I'm learning new skills all the time through YouTube, magazines and Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing, isn't it? I was looking at something. I've been accepted onto a collaboration with 10, I think there's 10 of us all together, that's hosted by Kathy's Favourite Things. I've seen the Dawn Sutton's in there. She was number 1 and I was number 10. And one of the things you've got to make is an altered embroidery hoop. So I've been on Pinterest this morning looking at that. Anyway, she tells me a little bit about herself. Her main job is being a full-time mum, which I love, but card crafting is just for me. Yeah, it's just for me as well. Oh, she's got 2 kids. She's a lot younger than me. As I don't work, I often feel a bit lost. Yeah, I mean, I worked for, well, when I was a student, I always had a part-time job because I didn't get a full grant and my dad couldn't afford to always send me the money. So I always had, and living in London was very expensive. So I always had a part-time job in a pub or something. I mean, I remember, I went to university in 1983 and I was paying £25 a week rent in 1983. Mr. Paper&Twine was at university in Coventry and he was paying about £6 a week or something ridiculous. So, you know, it just shows you the difference in cost, doesn't it? And I've always worked up until worked full time, even when the children were little. To get a mortgage, we needed 2 salaries. So I stopped full-time work in December 2018. December the 31st, 2018, I stopped full-time work. Card crafting has really helped. I also want to thank you for your YouTube videos. Watching you cook and go for lovely walks is so enjoyable to watch. Take care, love, Andrea. P.S. I've also enclosed my first ever attempt at an ATC. Well, do you know, I think that is an amazing attempt, a really, really amazing attempt. And it shall go in my little drawer with all my other ATCs that I'm starting to collect now. And look, there's a little butterfly there that she stamped inside. Isn't that adorable? And Andrea, I really, really value your support on my YouTube channel. So thank you very much. I've been knitting today. I've done my first woolly pod, which was published yesterday. As I say, you're seeing this on a Sunday. It's still Saturday for me. And I'm on the final section of my hopeful cowl at last, which I started back in January. And here we are in April. You know, it's getting to warm weather. I won't be wanting to wear a woolly cowl, will I? But it says, thank you, on the final section it says, thank you all for joining me on my 4th annual cowl mystery knit-along adventure. When I reflected back on the themes that I had embraced over the past 3 years, joy, gratitude and patience, it became obvious that what I needed to focus on this year was hope. The entire world has suffered together over the past year. Let's turn the corner together this year and move forward with hope and kindness. And then she's got a quote. I don't know who this person is. To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic. It is based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also compassion, sacrifice, courage, kindness. And that's by somebody called Howard Zinn. And the last section, I'm on the last section now before I cast off, or bind off as the Americans call it, is called Little Ladders. So I shall look forward to working on that. So we'll go off and do a bit of card crafting now. Thank you so much, Andrea, for your lovely kind gift. I am going to use this as a positivity journal and put ideas in it. So thank you very much. Let's go craft. So, ow, I just banged my hand on my desk. So what you'll need for this is a piece of 12 by 12 paper. And I've been having a look through my extensive stash. And I've got this collection that I bought a very, very long time ago from Create and Craft by Couture Creations. And this is a Denise Body Designs and the collection is called Sea Breeze. I loved it and I've used an awful lot of it, but what I've got left are these big pieces that if you were a true scrapbooker would be absolutely fabulous, but I don't know what to do with them. So we've got these kinds of things going on. You see, I don't know what I'd do with that. I mean, that'd make quite a nice picture, wouldn't it, with the, is it a pelican? All these little shells. But I think I'm going to go for this. And I'll just take that out of my pad. So I think this is a good technique for using up those sheets of 12 by 12 that you don't quite know what you're going to do with. Just put that out of the way. I had some more papers somewhere and I don't know where they are. Hold on a minute. Oh, I've just moved them out of the way down here. Oh, come on, Ashley, get organised. So I've gone through my stash and I found some pages that I want to use that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with. And this is one of them. And, oh, look. We've got a lovely page from the Hortensia collection from Stamperia. Look at all that loveliness. Yes, so I'm going to cut that up. I thought this was nice. I need to get a wiggle on with cards for Father's Day for my Etsy shop, and this is a beautiful page that will cut down quite nicely for a natural history look. This is the Botanica Bella collection from Graphic 45, as is this piece here with the big bird. Yes, and then so is this with all these lovely things on, which you could obviously cut apart separately, but we're just going to have an experiment and see what happens. And if you don't like what you've cut out on this side, you've always, if you're using a double-sided paper, got the reverse for a background. And then this is, I'm not quite sure where this has come from. I think this is a Heartfelt Creations, is it? Again, I've had it a very long time. And I could cut these out to make a 6x6 card. But I do quite like this for a background with all the like little coffee rings and splodges and things. So what you want to do is, if you've got a branding strip, you need to cut that off. So I'm just going to cut, I'm just going to move you a bit so you can see me cutting. So I've brought my paper trimmer in and I'm just going to cut off the branding strip very carefully. Line that up. I keep the Graphic 45 ones because they've got nice little words on them that are sometimes useful. Then what you want to do is turn your paper over but I am going to orientate it this way, I think. Hold on, let me just think, because I think I want these portrait on my card. Yes, so I'm going to cut at 5 1/4 inches. You turn your paper over so you don't know what you're getting, and just make sure you've got your paper straight. Cut at 5 1/4 inches, and then turn your paper and you're going to cut at 4 inches, and you've no idea what you're getting. So I've got 3 pieces there. I'm just going to check. I want that west bit, so I'm going to just put my paper this side and cut at 5 1/4 again, making sure it's lined up straight. And you'll have a little strip left over. Of course, we don't waste our little strips. That's quite nice. And then again, you're going to cut at 4 inches. And the idea is that you don't know what you're getting. And this just takes away the planning. And, you know, it's a quick way of making a card. I've never done this before. So I got this off Jane, the Crafting Shed Davies. She got it from May Made It, who I also follow. So look, we've got north and east. That's quite a nice little scene, isn't it? We've got the map. If you didn't like the map side or the globe or whatever it is, compass points, you've got the landscape, that side. You've got that. That's nice with the ship. That'd be quite a nice mail card, wouldn't it? And then you've got another compass point there. So shall we dare do our hortensia one? What do you think? This is already 12 by 12. So again, I want it that way, I think. So I'm going to, both sides of this are rather nice. Just bring my blade down to the bottom of my trimmer. So I want 5 1/4. Turn. And I want 4. 1. Oh, if I've botched this up, what have I lost at the end of the day? I've lost a beautiful piece of paper, haven't I? And oh, which way should we just go for it? We'll just go for it. So 5 1/4. I've got this lovely strip. What have I got on this side? Oh, I've got hortensia left, and those lovely little hydrangeas. Oh, I do love this paper. So you saw at the beginning of this video, I was opening my Happy Mail off the lovely Andrea Turner, and I was reading the card to Mr. Paper&Twine in the kitchen. He can't get his head around Happy Mail. He says, why do people want to send you stuff? I don't understand it. He doesn't talk like that. I don't know why I've done that silly voice. But I was reading the bit out about where she'd started crafting, and, you know, buying the supplies and everything was a hobby in itself. And he said, I feel sorry for her bloody husband. Bless him. He can't help it. He's an engineer. What does he know? So let's see what we've got. We've got hydrangea, flowers, flower seeds. You see, that would make just a nice card by itself, wouldn't it? And you could kind of embellish that dragonfly a little bit. I like that. Then we've just got this. You could have that either way, couldn't you? I know the text is upside down. So yeah, I'd probably put a little bit of bling on there. A little sentiment maybe. We've got another little flowery bit. Oh, I'm liking this. And that. Look at that butterfly and that little butterfly there. That reminds me of Woolly Steph's faux stamps, the little butterflies. And yeah, I'd put a little bit of bling on that, and that's again rather nice. We'll cut one more up and then I'm going to make some cards, stick them to the base, and I will talk you through each bit that I do. This sheet from Botanica Bella is called Botanical News, so I'm going to keep that as a sentiment. So we're going to, I don't think it really matters which way I go for this, so I'm going to go this way. See, this houndstooth check is quite nice, isn't it? So I want 5 1/4. Turn. And I want 4. 4. I can see I've been at nearly 7 minutes already, but are we having fun, ladies and gentlemen? Are we having fun? 5 1/4. Let's see what spare strip we've got. You see, those little bits would be nice torn on ATCs, and I've got a lot of ATCs to make, so love the detail in that. Beautiful layering. Let's turn and we'll cut it form. We'll see what we've got, and then I'll pause you for a minute while I explain what I'm going to do next. I'm beyond excited. We're having a takeaway curry tonight for tea, me and Mr. Paper&Twine, from our favourite Indian restaurant. And I know exactly what I'm having. I'm having lamb tikka pasanda, onion fried rice and a Peshwari naan. Right, so we've got this. That's rather nice. We've got that, which again is nice. The little bit of architecture going on there and the flowers there. That's lovely. That's nice as well. I've got that one upside down. I think that's the right way because the text. And that. And that. So I'm going to pause you a minute, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edge of these with my black Sharpie pen. You don't really need to see me do that. So I've gone round the edge of my pieces of card with black Sharpie. I do advise that you choose a Sharpie just entirely for this process, because using a steel rule, you are going to damage your Sharpie and it's not going to write very well. This is running out as well. I did get this from B&M or Poundland or somewhere. I got 2 in a pack. So yeah, this is a sacrificial Sharpie, but I've used, I think, 7 sheets of paper, so I've got 7 sets of 6. So I've got the one that you saw me cut up, the what do you call it, the map inspired one. That was Heartfelt Creations paper. Then I've got the Botanica Bella from Graphic 45, so that's set 2. I've got the Hortensia collection, which is set 3. I'm going to just put that to one side because that's what we're going to work with. This is a Tim Holtz, I think, paper that I didn't know what to do with, and really lovely thick cardstock that actually. So I've gone around that. I thought that'd be quite nice for mail. So that's set 4. The other Botanica Bella that you saw me cut up with the bird on it somewhere, so that's set 5. This lovely one with the all sorts of natural history, that's set 6. And then this heartfelt creation one that will be a male inspired one is set 7. It took me no time at all to cut those up, and the joy was in seeing what you get out of your papers. It took me about 40 minutes, I reckon, to go around the edge of all of those cards, and make sure you clean your ruler. I've just used a Aldi Power Force wipe, and that's come off quite nicely, so that can go back in there. So yeah, it's taken me no time at all to cut all of those. You saw me do it apart from one, and then I've got all these little bits left over, and I thought what would be quite nice, you're making a set of 6 cards that are the same theme, same colours, same pattern. You could make a belly band out of your scraps and gift it as a set of 6 note cards. I thought that was quite a nice idea. I might even do that for my shop and make a little box for them to go in. I've gone ahead and I've got 6 5x7 cards from my craft label stash. These were incredibly cheap, if you remember. I think I got 50 cards for £3 or something, and I've just scored them, and these are going to be the perfect size for this. So we're just going to decide what we're going to do. I've got a few little bits and pieces to play with. We're going to decide whether we want things landscape or portrait. Let's start with this one, I think, because I've got some ideas for this, and I'm just going to glue it this way because we've got the text. Get my collal glue. I'm just going to glue it to my base, if my glue will come out. Haven't opened it enough. So how are we all feeling about the shops opening on Monday? Are you all going to rush off out? I don't think I am. I do need to go to the supermarket. I need to do a proper big organised shop and meal plan. And yeah, we're running low on things like toilet roll and stuff like that, so I've got a big shop coming up, but I'm not in any hurry to go to the clothes shops. I mean, not that I've got any money anyway, and while I'm doing things about my weight, I don't really want to be spending money on clothes, so I'm just going to eyeball centering that. Collal does give you a little bit of wiggle room. Oh look, I've got a big glue splodge come out. That doesn't like that. This is how not to do it. I'm going to sacrifice that card base because I've made a mess of it. I've got too much glue in one area and not enough glue in another. I can see why lots of people use double-sided tape. You see, with me, you get the warts and all crafting. Right, this time, Ashley, be a bit careful. I say for the price these cost, I don't mind sacrificing one, and I can just cut that up and use it for other things. It won't go to waste. Blue's settling down in a box again. She's had a little feed. There we go. Got a little bit of glue snot there. That'll sort that later. So you see, that looks all right just by itself, doesn't it? But I think we're going to add just a little bit of bling. So I've got some scrap paper here. I'm going to get my quickie glue pen. I'm going to need another one of these soon. And the beauty of this is you can just play to your heart's content. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the middle of these flowers, if it'll come out. Not having much luck with my glue, am I? Bet this will get a lot of thumbs down. Right, dump, 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 dump. We've ordered our curry. It is about 6:45 now, I think. Is it? No, it's just gone 7. So we've ordered our curry. It's coming in about half an hour. And I've got a little bit of wine on the go because it is Saturday night. There. So I've put some dots of glue. I'm going to come in with my holographic moon glow. Got the shake a bit, so I don't need too much glitter. Just tap that off. I can see that I missed a flower, so I'm going to go back with my glue pen in a minute, but before I do, let's just get this bit of glitter in the pot, otherwise I shall get in a right mess. Okay, let's come back in. A little bit there on that flower. Always a flower here as well. You keep seeing flowers. Oh, you see, I nearly poured that then with the lid off. That would have been a disaster. Glue everywhere, glitter everywhere. Right. Tap that off. I do love this. Can you see that lovely little subtle shimmer going on there? And you know, I don't think that needs anything else other than a sentiment. So we'll just put that to one side. I'm going to put that down there because it's got wet glue on it and I don't want to contaminate anything. So let's pop this in here. And I think what I'll do is I'll just embellish these a little bit. Then I'll stamp some sentiments and cut them out and stick them on, and I'll show you the finished set. Let's embellish this before we glue it down. Now, which way do we want this? I think we want this way because we've got this little butterfly down here. I do like these little splatters here. I think we'll do the same again with the glitter on the centre of the flowers. Oh, I don't know why I'm putting it over the butterfly. I'm tired now, you see. It's been a busy day. We just got a little subtle bit of glitter on there. But we're going to do more to this. I don't know quite what yet, but we are going to do more. Been thinking about if I ever get round to decorating this room. I've got the wallpaper for one of the walls. I want to do a feature wall, and the flooring desperately needs replacing. So this room is designed, I think, by the builders to be the dining room, but we've got quite a big kitchen and we eat in the kitchen. We've never had a separate dining room, and this was the kids' playroom when they were little, but now they've all grown up. It's become my playroom, which is rather lovely. But I don't know what to do about the flooring, whether to stick with carpet, because I do like the warmth under my feet, or whether for practicality's sake, whether to go with a wooden floor of some sort. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do, I've got this jelly roll pen, Secura jelly roll. This one is Silver Star. I use this a lot. I use this on my moons when I'm doing the that hare and owl stamp. I'm going to come in and just draw on the veins of these leaves. Just for another little bit of extra sparkle. You see? And I'm just going to continue to play. I think that's the beauty of these. You can just embellish them as you want. So I'm going to go ahead and continue playing, and I'll come back when I've finished what I want to show you. It's Sunday now, and I'm just sitting here doing some card making, watching Mrs. M And I don't know if you can see that, it's snowing. Bloody big mud pie over there. Look at that. Bloody snow in April. What the flipping heck's going on? Being hampered by the cat. Just trying to sort through some bits and bobs to finish some cards off to show you. And Blue's decided to come and sit right in the middle of what I'm doing. Hey ho. I've had a game filming this for you guys today. It was really snowy this morning. I think I showed you a little bit of the snow. We've had blazing sun this afternoon, which has been lovely. I've been sitting here pithering with these cards, but in terms of wanting to film for you, it's been too bright, so I'm hoping we'll be all right for a few minutes. So I've made 42 cards. I've completed 18. These need embellishing further. So these are the 5x7 card blanks that I bought at Craft Label. I think I know why they were cheap. They weren't finished particularly well, so I've had to cut them all down slightly to even up the edge. They were a little bit uneven. So as I say, these need embellishing further with some kind of sentiment perhaps, or another little focal image. I'm not quite sure, but the beauty is that I've got these to play with at a later date when I know that I need to send some cards out. I've got the basis of a card already done. Little ink splodge there, so I might have to cut this off here and put it on another base. I think this is pretty complete actually. I might just put a sentiment there at the bottom. This bird is rather nice, and again I think that just needs a sentiment, maybe something there. Little postage stamp maybe might be quite nice. This obviously needs something because it is quite plain, as is this one. This one's to go this way, I think. These are all, I think, for a man or male related. I like how the black does give a pop of colour around. But this is a nice paper that's got lots of possibility for all kinds of things to go on it. A little image there. I might look at the postage stamps that I've got and see if I can put something there, and then maybe just a little sentiment. But the beauty is that the hard work is done really on a lot of these. It just, you know, depends who I'm sending them to. Beautiful, beautiful paper, this Heartfelt Collections paper. And then we come back to another Botanica Bella set. I think these only need a single word or a very short sentiment and they're done. I mean, the artwork on this, I think you really just want to let the paper sing for itself really. I might just put some clear Nouveau drops on these berries to give them a little bit of dimension. I think I've put this one on upside down, but I'm not sure. It's got funny writing that's not quite writing, but I don't think anybody's going to notice. I've got a sentiment, I think, that says be happy, B-E-E, which would go with this bumblebee here. And that is just beautiful by itself, isn't it? I mean, that's just, you know, just a little sentiment there maybe, and you're done. So these have taken no time at all to put together. I think the hardest part was going around the edge of all of the bits that I'd cut with the black Sharpie pen. Obviously you could use black card, but that's going to cost you more money. You're going to use more glue or tape. They're going to weigh more if you're concerned about posting, particularly if you're posting overseas. This is pretty much done. I've stamped happy birthday, stamped the word horizon because I thought it went with this little bit here. And then this scroll part of the image was empty, and I've just used weathered wood and dipped my script stamp into the ink, not on a block, and just stamped a little portion of it. This obviously needs a lot on it. I've got some chipboard pieces from the Stamp Area Arctic Antarctic collection, which might go on there. And again, obviously that needs something to finish it off, as does that. Again, it depends on the paper you're using, what you get. This I think is pretty much okay. I have got a little silhouette stamp of a galleon, quite a small one, that I thought might go quite nicely there. The ship sailing past this cove, and maybe a little sentiment down there. And that obviously needs something. But I've got things that I can play with when inspiration isn't forthcoming. Now, last time we were together, you saw me pithering with this hortensia, and I'd put some of this holographic glitter in the centre of the flowers, and I've stamped Special Friend and used one of Woolly Steph's butterflies that she kindly gifted me. But that's complete. Another one, again, I'm just letting the paper sing on these, just a little sentiment, thankful for you. We used a couple of the Stamp Area chipboard pieces. Well, that's actually cut out of the 8-inch paper pad, Live Life in Full Bloom, and then a little butterfly I've inked around the edge in Blueprint Sketch just to take the shine off it a little bit. But these papers are just lovely. You don't need anything else. This butterfly, I've just done a little bit of Wink of Stella. I don't know whether the camera is picking that up. And stamped straight onto the paper, Have a Lovely Day. That butterfly's got a little bit of Wink of Stella as well. Chipboard sentiment. Butterflies come to pretty flowers, because you've got the flowers here. And this I've just left really without adding anything to it, apart from a little bit of frantage there, and a little bit of Wink of Stella on the dragonfly, and then a little tiny dot of a silver pen that I've got on little sections of the tail. I mean, I doubt that you'll see that. And then this is that Tim Holtz paper. This is out of the Enid Blyton book, Have a Simply Wonderful Time. These are all kind of travel themed, but I thought they were quite nice. I've just added a button to that, left the paper blank, so it could be for any occasion. Hopeless getting in shot today, sorry, I'm very tired for some reason. I've put Dream Big, Fly High on these because I think they're, you know, they're travel themed. And I've just used scraps of my backgrounds that I've got left over from other projects, because I don't throw anything away. Dream Big, Fly High. And then this is the last from the Botanica Bella, Just for You. I've put a little bit of quickie glue on the eye of the seahorse, and some micro beads just to pick up the eye. Wink of Stella on the butterflies, and again, Just for You stamped. Got lots of glitter on there. I've used some glitter on these butterflies here, just to give them a bit of sparkle. And Special Friend, Sending Happy Thoughts. I thought that little bit of background kind of tied in quite nicely with the background paper, and some micro beads on the red flower. And then again, micro beads on the eye of the fish, and a little button. Because these are, you know, beautiful images, you don't want to do too much. And then a Wink of Stella on that dragonfly's wings, and a bit of glitter on the segments of its body. And just thank you there. So yeah, I've been busy. Thank you very much. I shall be back soon.